So let's just go back and talk about the pre-flop this hand again. So we decided to limp, and I said I would prefer raising, and yeah, I think raising is in general a lot better in these spots. I think you should just make it like 18-8-8-8. I don't see any reason to limp in general. I mean, just by raising, you get to fold out the bottom portion of his range. So yeah, I definitely think I prefer raising, and if your hand is good enough to shove for 22 big bets profitably here, then I would just do it. I don't think making a huge shove from the small blind is a bad idea in general. Okay, so the next hand, we get ace-5 suited in the small blind. This is an orbit later, and this is the second final table, by the way. So this is the final table bubble. And we just jam it in, and yeah, so I totally like it. I mean, it's definitely plus CV to shove, and I just think shoving is good. I mean, you can make some cases for maybe raise calling is better, or raise folding is better, or limp shoving is better, or limp whatever is better, but I in general, from the small blind, I don't really like allowing my opponent to be in position on every street, so including pre-flop. So I just like to get it all in pre-flop whenever it's profitable, and I only don't get it all in pre-flop in a situation where it would have been profitable to shove if I think my opponent is a really bad player and I can exploit him by raising small. But I think that's rarely the case. So yeah, so the shove, big shove is good. You don't have to suffer any positional disadvantages pre-flop and post-flop, and we take it down. Pocket 4s from the big blind. Under the gun limps, small blind completes, shove it in for sure. Definitely shove it in. By checking, you're just spewing money. Shoving is essentially printing money. They're basically never calling. And your hand plays so much better post-flop than pre-flop. I mean, sorry, I meant your hand plays so much better pre-flop than post-flop. Next hand, we get pocket jacks. We decided to make it 3x. Once again, I don't like the sizing. I'd much prefer making it something like 18,000 or even like 16,000, a min raise, to try to milk him in. I mean, pocket jacks in a blind battle this shallow is like complete monster, and basically you just play your hand like the complete nuts, and I don't know why you would raise 3x to give him a chance to get away with his 10-8 offsuit or something. So yeah, I definitely would have liked to see a smaller raise, but that's okay. He calls anyway. We get a pretty bad flop. We check. I mean, I still like our hand a lot. I don't think he ever has an ace, unless he has pocket aces and he's slow playing, because I think with any ace he would have shoved pre-flop. So we have aces in our range, so the flop is a lot better for our range than it is for his range. So yeah, nonetheless, checking is fine, but I think our hand's doing pretty well here. He wisely checks back, which I think is fine. Yeah, because he probably realizes that as well, and he's probably just giving up. So yeah, we check again on the turn. I think it's okay. I think I slightly prefer betting, just on the off chance that he has something like hearts or something like Jack 10. We don't really give him a chance to take a free card that could make him get there. I think he just very rarely has a queen, and I think if he did have a queen, we're gonna have to pay off the bet anyway. So we might as well do the betting ourselves to try to not give him free cards, and I don't think we're gonna induce many bluffs by checking. So I prefer a bet, but checking's fine, and he does bet. We call. The river is extremely good for us, and obviously, we lead out. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't think we're ever getting a ton of value here, unless he somehow has a 3, which I don't think he ever does because he called a big raise pre-flop. So we're never going to get a ton of value unless he has, I guess he could have king 10. So, but in general, I don't think check raising is right, because I don't think he's going to bet that often, because like I said, he can't have an ace, and we could have an ace. So it's not like we're going to get him to bet and call with a queen if we check. So I definitely like betting, and if he does have king 10, I'm pretty sure he's not going to just call. He's going to shove for value, because he's going to put us on something like ace jack or ace queen or something. So yeah, I definitely like betting, and unfortunately he doesn't bite.